Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is KidLee, and this is episode 14 of the Intergalactic News Network. In this week's news, the devs have announced they are making some big changes to the Rune system. They are taking away the random chance for Rune slots and are making them static. The good quality, aka green items from all sources will now have either 0 rune slots or only 1. Excellent quality, which are blue items from vendors, quests, and crafting, will now roll 2 slots, and the blue items from all group content, dungeons, adventures, etc. will now roll 3 slots. Superb quality items, purple, from vendors, world drops, and crafting will now be 3. And then from Dungeons, Adventures, and Group will now be 4. Legendary items, which are the orange, from vendors, world loot, and crafting will be 4. And all other locations will be 5. And finally, the artifact quality, which is the pink, will be 6 for all locations. A new item will be added that will allow you to re-roll a rune slot type. When you do this re-roll, it will come up with 2 new options for you to choose from. You can only do this re-roll on any given slot once. They are also going to be adding a new item that will allow you to add another or an additional rune slot to any given item. Next up, they have announced changes to the attunement system, which has been a very hot topic. They are changing the silver requirements to bronze, basically removing the timer or timing options that were previously there. The collection of the primal partial patterns will be reduced from 300 to 100. A few other things that have been announced: they are working on the housing plug rotation system, so you'll actually be able to rotate your plugs for further customization. They will be adding the interactive seating in housing, and this will come as part of patch 3 or Ultra Drop 3. They will be adding an option that will allow us to remove that housing development that is in the center of your plot if you choose to go with no house or build your own. They are working on ground customization for the sky plots, so if you want to get rid of that default grass and go with something else, that will be an option in the future. And then finally, switching over to the dye system, they announced that they are adding a bleach type feature to the dye system. So let's go ahead and move on to some dev chat. Northern Lights Sky and Lights. It seems that some lights, or at least the bronze lamppost, turns on at night, game time, then turns off during the day. With the Northern Lights Sky option, it's always dark. It would be handy if the lights had a solar sensor on them rather than using the clock. Or even better, an option where we could basically turn them on or off at will. Victoria, the social systems lead, then replied, in the future, or in future patches, you will be able to turn on and off your own lighting, so hopefully this will become less of an issue. It would be cool if they would add a text box for item scale, the ability to precisely size items through a text box similar to the one for the axes. Victoria once again replies, this is in the works and should be coming out soon, so cool stuff on that. And finally, this last one is something that I had not heard any news on since beta, but it has now been confirmed that they are still working on the ability to choose your own colors for the telegraphs. So I know that's a highly requested item that goes back to the beta days. So it'd be really nice to finally get that one in game. But ladies and gentlemen, that will go ahead and do it for this week's episode of the Intergalactic News Network. So with that being said, everybody keep playing and have fun.